Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. How are you today? I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to Year 3 English PDPR lesson. Today we are going to focus on writing skill with the topic of on holiday. Alright. Before we start our lesson today, let us look at the learning objectives for today's lesson. Number 1, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to plan, draft, and write an increased range of 6 simple sentences about a holiday. Number 2, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to write a paragraph about a holiday with the correct spelling of an increased range of familiar high-frequency words accurately. How about the success criteria for today's lesson? What you can do in today's lesson to achieve the learning objectives for today's lesson? Let us look at the success criteria for today's lesson. Number 1, you can review language that we have learned in the previous lesson. Number 2, you can play a word game on irregular past tense forms. Number 3, you can review 4 pictures about Katie's diary. Number 4, you can plan, draft, and write an increased range of 6 simple sentences about a holiday. And number 5, you can write a paragraph about a holiday. Are you all ready for the lesson today? Let us start our lesson today by reviewing language that we have learned in the previous lesson. Number 1, today was a great day. Do you still remember the word was? Was is the past tense form of the verb is. Sentence number 2. I went to the beach. I want you to look at the word went. Went is the past tense form of the verb go. Next, sentence number 3. I found a pretty shell. I want you to look at the word found. Found is the past tense form of the verb find. Sentence number 4. The lifeguard did. Let us look at the word did. Did is the past tense form of the verb do. Next, number 5. My mother took me to the museum. Now, let us look at the word took. Took is the past tense form of the verb take. How about sentence number 6? We bought postcards. The word bought in the sentence is the past tense form of the verb buy. Sentence number 7. My mother and I walked on the beach. I want you to look at the word walked. Walked with ed at the back is the past tense form of the verb walk. How about sentence number 8? My mother and I looked at the stars. Let us look at the word looked with ed at the back. Looked is the past tense form of the verb look. And the last one is they were beautiful. I want you to look at the word were. Were is the past tense form of the verb are. I hope you still remember the past tense form. Now is the time for you to play a word game to practice on irregular past tense form. This is the word search for you. What you have to do is that you have to look, find and write the correct past tense form of each verb. The example is given for you. For example, verb take. The past tense form of the verb take is took. From left to right. Are you all ready? Let us try to do it together. Number 1. Do. Where is the past tense form of the verb do? The answer is from left to right. That is did. Verb number 2. Go. Where is the past tense form of the verb go? It is from top to bottom. That is went. Next verb, verb number 3. Buy. Where is the past tense form of the verb buy in the word search? Again, it is from top to bottom. That is bought. How about verb number 4? Is. Can you find where is the past tense form of the verb is in the word search? It is from top to bottom. That is was. Next, verb number 5. Eat. Can you find where is the past tense form of the verb eat in the word search? Again, it is from top to bottom. That is ate. Next verb, swim. Can you find where is the past tense form of the verb swim in the word search? It is diagonal down to right. That is swam. Next, verb number 7. Are. Where is the past tense form of the verb are in the word search? It is from top to bottom. That is were. And the last one, verb number 8. Find. Where is the past tense form of the verb find in the word search? It is diagonal down to right. That is found. So, remember to write the correct past tense form of each verb. Again, the past tense form of the verb do is did. D-I-D. The correct past tense form of the verb go is went. That is W-E-N-T. The past tense form of the verb buy is bought. B-O-U-G-H-T. The past tense form of the verb is was. W-A-S. The past tense form of the verb eat is ate. A-T-E. The past tense form of the verb swim is swam. S-W-A-M. The past tense form of the verb are is were. W-E-R-E. And the past tense form of the verb find is found. F-O-U-N-D. Next, we are going to review 8 pictures about Katie's diary. Let us look at the pictures one by one. Picture number 1. The picture shows that Katie is swimming. Do you still remember? In Katie's diary, Katie wrote that she didn't swim. Let us look at picture number 2. This picture shows that Katie saw shark. But in Katie's diary, she wrote that she didn't see the shark, but the lifeguard did. Next, picture number 3. This picture shows that Katie and her mother went to the museum. Do you still remember? In Katie's diary, she wrote that her mother took her to the museum, but it was closed. In this picture, the museum was open. Let us move on to picture number 4. Do you still remember? In Katie's diary, Katie wrote that at night, Katie and her mother walked on the beach and looked at the stars. Next picture, picture number 5. This picture shows that the museum was closed. Yes, in Katie's diary, Katie wrote that her mother took her to the museum, but it was closed, so they didn't go in. Next picture, picture number 6. They bought postcards. In Katie's diary, she wrote that they bought postcards. Picture number 7. Can you please look at this picture? Do you still remember in Katie's diary? Katie wrote that she found a pretty shell. The last one, picture number 8. Can you please look at this picture? Do you still remember Katie's diary? Katie and her mother went to the shopping center. They bought postcards, but they didn't buy any clothes there. We are going to continue our lesson by looking at Sue and Tony in activity number 3 on page 89 of your Get Smart Plus 3 book. What I want you to do is that I want you to take out your Get Smart Plus 3 book and turn to page 89 of your Get Smart Plus 3 book. Are you all ready? What they are doing? Let me tell you. They are looking at Katie's diary and they are saying what Katie did. Now, you are going to listen to the sentences and after that, please repeat. Are you all ready? Let's listen together.
Look at activity 1 and say what Katie didn't do.
Katie didn't swim. She found a pretty shell.
Have you listened to the sentences? Now, why don't we try to say what Katie did or didn't do? Let us try to say about Katie. Number 1. Katie didn't swim. She found a pretty shell. Number 2. Katie didn't see a shark in the water. The lifeguard did. Number 3. Katie's mother took her to the museum, but it was closed. They didn't go in. Number 4. Katie and her mother went to the shopping center. They bought postcards. Number 5. Katie and her mother walked on the beach. They looked at the stars. Alright, what we are going to do now is that we are going to plan, draft, and write and increase the range of 6 simple sentences about a holiday. Let me give you the starting sentence. Yesterday morning, I went to the beach. Now, what you have to do is that you have to write another 6 simple sentences. Let us try to do it together. You may write, let's say, I found a pretty shell. Next, it could be, I swam in the sea. Then, maybe we could write, I played on the beach. Next, we may write, in the afternoon, I ate fish for lunch. Next, we may write, at night, I walked on the beach. And the last one, we could write, I looked at the stars. So, before we end our lesson today, we have to write at least a paragraph about a holiday using 6 simple sentences that you have drafted just now. You may write like this. Yesterday morning, I went to the beach. I found a pretty shell. I swam in the sea. I played on the beach. In the afternoon, I ate fish for lunch. At night, I walked on the beach. I looked at the stars. That's the end of today's lesson. I do hope to see you in the next lesson. See you then. Bye-bye.